I want to record a quick video explaining how we square a binomial and how we cube a binomial. So whenever we square a binomial, you must get a trinomial. Okay, the worst thing you can do is just think you just have to square individual terms or cube individual terms. So that's not what we do. So for squaring a binomial, there is a shortcut, but for the first problem, I'm going to show you how I recommend until you do enough of these, and then you can see the shortcut. But when you square something, it's itself times itself. And then we're simply going to do FOIL. Okay, so 2x times 2x is a 4x squared. And then we have to do the outers, which is going to be a negative 10x. And then inside is also going to be a negative 10x. So together, you're going to have a middle term of a negative 20x. And then finally, negative 5 times negative 5, a positive 25. Okay, so when we square that, we get a trinomial. Okay, so then the shortcut is square, double square. So if you can, without showing this work, if you can square this first term, you'll get a 4x squared. But then the middle term, you multiply what's inside and double it, and that's where the negative 20x will come from. And then when we square, and just be careful, a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to square, double square. I'm going to square 4x. 4x times 4x is 16x squared. I'm going to multiply what's inside. So inside I have a 12x, but then I have to double it because that's your outers and inners. You'll have a 24x. And then finally, 3 squared is a 9. Okay, so squaring a binomial will always result in a trinomial. Okay, so make sure you understand that when I quiz you on that. Okay, so now for a cubing a binomial, there is a shortcut using Pascal's triangle. I'm not going to go over that right now. So what we learned is to show this. Okay, so I'm going to write this out 3 times. And I'm going to multiply these two things together. So I'm going to have my x minus 3 times, and this will be a trinomial. So we're basically squaring x minus 3. So it's going to be x squared. My outers and inners will be a minus 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a 9. Okay? So now I have to distribute. And like I said, if you like boxes, you can put this in a box. I'm going to distribute my x. So I'm going to have an x cubed minus 6x squared plus 9x. Okay, then I have to come back around and I'm going to multiply everything by negative 3. And I'm going to line up my like terms. So I have a negative 3x squared. Then I'm going to have a plus 18x. And then finally a negative 27. Okay, so now I just have to simplify this and then we're done. So when we cube a binomial, we're going to have a polynomial with 4 terms. So my first term is x cubed. Then I'm going to have minus 9x squared. And then this is going to be a 27x minus 27. Okay, so just make sure that you understand that process. Okay, so we have one more to go over. I'm going to have 2x minus 3. Now this time, I'm going to square that binomial. Okay, I'm going to save myself a step. But again, I don't recommend it until you practice enough of these. So to square this, I have 4x squared. Then I'm going to multiply what's inside. It's a negative 6x, but I have to double it. And then I have to square the negative 3. Okay, so that's what I'm left with. I have a binomial times a trinomial. So I'm going to have to distribute the 2x, so it's going to be 8x cubed minus 24x, and then plus 18x. Then we have to come around and multiply everything by negative 3, and I forgot my little square here, so negative 24x squared. So then when I multiply negative 3, I'm going to have negative 12x squared. I'm going to have a positive 36x, because negative 3 times negative 12 is 36. And then negative 3 times 9 is a negative 27. So final answer is going to be 8x cubed minus 36x squared, and then we're going to have 18 plus 36. That's going to be a 54x, and then minus 27. Okay, so again, that is something you need to just practice. And again, make up your own problems. Put a binomial times raised to a third power. Check it out. I can look over it for you. But that's the steps that you need to be able to square and cube binomials. Okay, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps. Take care.